Man, I'm still a little bit sunburned here. I need to stop going outside. Just sit in front of my computer all day, make videos. It needs to be all I'm doing, and then I'd be safe. My face wouldn't turn a bright red shade. It's a little bit better than yesterday, though. Anyway, hey, really quick before we get started, there was a new vlog that went up over the weekend over on the Vlogs and Stuff channel. Seems like the people who watched it so far have enjoyed it, so maybe you will too, if you haven't seen it yet. Linked in the description. Feel free to check it out. Anyway, new subreddit today. Where did the soda go? You're like, what? What is the name of that subreddit? I mean, maybe you've been here before, in which case you know what it is. But we'll read from the description. It's a subreddit for ads taken out of context in animated images, which actually sounds a little bit confusing. It's basically clips from infomercials. You know how in infomercials, I don't even know if these are made anymore. They must be. But sometimes they'll just have these really dramatic reenactments of things that might, but probably haven't occurred to people in daily life, but you know, to try to emphasize the problem that the product is trying to solve. So here's the origin story for the subreddit. It was a GIF from an infomercial of like a very dramatic reaction to someone like, oh my god, she poured soda, I don't know what to do. Like what even happened? Have you ever reacted to soda being poured that way before? I guess, you know, he thought it was going to be spilled all over him, but it went just fine. So I have no idea what product the image was from, but in any case, then I guess from this was birthed the Where Did the Soda Go subreddit. So we're going to take a look at some of the top posts of all time, which if you still don't quite get what's going on, you will in a moment. I killed them all, it says. Record anywhere. Yes, I'm going to call up, order my pen quarter, and then just hold it up in church. She looks like the director. I can only imagine, like, yes, open your eyes as wide as they possibly go and give kind of a maniacal grin as you're recording everything here. Like, wouldn't the whole purpose of the pen quarter be to be a secret agent, kind of just have it in your pocket and just... I like to hold my pen. I'm not recording it. This isn't a recording device. No, I just like to hold my pen up. It's a habit of mine I formed at a young age, and it's kind of, so I just hold it up here. Just keep on talking about the confidential information you were going on about. No, it's cool. I'll sign the NDA with my pen that I'm holding up after you're done talking. Thank you. Like how the dude next to is like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Frank was forking done with epileptics breaking into his house. Yeah. Admittedly, that's just disorienting enough in the commercial here. Like, man, I would be really caught off guard if I was a burglar and all of a sudden some like seizure flashlight started flashing at me. I probably have the response that the burglar did. Honestly, not that I've ever burglarized anything, but if I were, I wouldn't want to burglarize that dude's house with his self-defense mode flashlight. I hope they have a true success story with that, though, where someone has actually used self-defense mode and they were able to, you know, get the burglar who happened to be epileptic to submit. The cane must die, and no one must ever know. What's with the eye close-up? It's like checking that no one's around before he throws the cane down the steps. I assume they were trying to get at... This had to have been one of those commercials for one of those, you know, the chairs that go up and down the stairs on that track, automated. But, and it's like trying to show that, oh no, you might drop your cane as you're going down the stairs, except the way this was shot, it's like, I've had enough of this cane. It's time for it to go. But no one else can see. No, there must be no witnesses except for this camera. It's okay as a witness, but there must be no other witnesses. All right, we're good. Operation Cain and Abel, a go. I made you dinner. That's the strangest out of context demonstration. I mean, I get the idea. It's a thermos, and it's supposed to show that it does a really good job at thermal isolation. I don't know what I'm going for there, but like you can put a thing full of ice cubes in boiling water, but they'll still stay cold because it's vacuum walls, and it's wow, really cool. But like, wow, it's a great dinner. 0 calories, very lean, very light. You can chew on that ice, very tasty, and it's wholesome and healthy. You do need water always, so yeah. Watch those not even have been real ice cubes. Like there's no water came out of the thermos. None whatsoever. Which makes me think those could be things of glass. Could it all be staged? No way to know. If Grandma won't let us play video games, then fork her couch. Because this is how kids are. It's not an accident. They just love to throw water and popcorn all over the couch. It's just a pastime of children. Sometimes you would probably think that to be the case, though. No, it's okay. It's okay, children. Just act like you're gonna spill water. Okay, yeah, I'll just purposefully dump it. But it's okay. It's reinforced by this really waterproof, dirt-resistant blanket that Grandma has put over her couch. It's really aesthetically pleasing. Unfortunately, it looks like they need a bigger version for like the entire house. Okay, kids, you're gonna need to, for the entire duration of the day that you're at my house, you're gonna need to spend the entire time on this blanket. You can't go anywhere else because, you know, wherever the blanket is not covering is not protected, so just stay here. Pretend there's an invisible force field around the couch. You're just stuck here. Okay? You can spill whatever you want on it, but you just can't go anywhere else because these things were like 4 easy payments of $39.99. They're kind of pricey, so I only got one of them. I'll get more soon. I hope my daughter or son doesn't have any more kids. Too many grandkids. Man, fork shoes. Am I right, guys? Haven't we all looked at shoes like that at some point in our lives? Like, I can't be bothered to do those laces. I need to get me some slip-ons. See, this is why I have slip-ons. For this reason. You know, I walk over to my front door, I look down, I see those laces, and I'm like, no way, not today. And then I look at my slip-ons, and I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I got you. I'm sorry I'm making fun of you, man, because this is probably a commercial for something to help with back pain, but yeah, it's not a situation that happens. Connor never watched another game with his dad again. In fact, he never watched another game at all. He looked so excited, and then the excitement so quickly turned into disappointment. Man, Dad was so mad at Connor. Like, I don't even think Connor's arm hit your arm. You're just looking for a scapegoat there. You spilled. That's the real where did the soda go? All over the floor. You spilled it yourself, though, Dad. You just shot. What did you think was gonna happen when you shot that soda up in the air? You thought it was gonna stay in the cup, like one of those videos where someone's holding a beer, trips, falls over, does a flip, and suddenly no beer has been spilled. No, he's not drunk enough for that. He's with his child. All right, soda's not gonna get you that drunk. Everyone knows though, when you cheer for your favorite sports team, you gotta make sure that you're holding your soda. I wonder if this is an ad for like a sippy cup or something. Like, make sure that when you're watching the game, you're using your sippy cup. Otherwise, you might spill. No matter how old you are, sippy cups are for you. An indecisive serial killer's worst nightmare. Worst nightmare. I love nightmares. That looks like a very safe drawer. Just a bunch of knives kind of laying out, and you got to choose which one you want. Which knife am I going to use today? God damn it, I've been at this for 5 hours. I just missed my window of opportunity. Either my food is burnt or my kill has left the kill zone. Shoot, we're gonna have to try this tomorrow night, but how am I gonna decide what I want to do? Oh god damn, I've now cut my hand off. I gotta go to the hospital. Shoot, this is never gonna work out. I just keep failing. Also, yes, I too love to put my like frosting spreaders in with the knife drawer so that when I'm going to grab my frosting spreader, which I don't know what the actual name of that is, but yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. I just like to risk having my hand sliced open when I'm going for an innocuous item like that. Here's your omelet, you stupid son of a bitch. Hey, does anyone else remember when I made an omelet on the Jordan almost poisons himself / burns his house down / whatever else, tries to cook miserably? Even I can crack an egg better than that. What are you trying to advertise here? The easy omelet maker? Where you just throw eggs into a thing and it filters out the shells for you? Is that a thing? Because I don't think that's a thing. There's no way around cracking the eggs unless you're getting pre-cracked eggs. Is that even a thing you can get? Can you just get a tub of egg whites and yolks? That's so gross to think about. Ew. Ew, can you imagine that? Just a tub of pre-cracked eggs? That's so disgusting. Ugh. You're gonna, like, that's a skill you're just gonna have to learn. Also, maybe you shouldn't be talking on the phone. It looks like maybe she's not, is she talking on the phone? It looks like she's talking on the phone. She's like, let me just have this business call while stirring my omelet. I'll have to tilt the bowl at a 45-degree angle so that things spill out as I'm whisking. Man, you got a problem if even I can cook better than you, okay? Because I can't cook. Even though my omelet turned out pretty decently, even though I didn't whisk the eggs, I kind of just cracked them into the pan. But it worked. It worked. What can I say? Contrary to popular belief, the mood was quite upbeat during the Jonestown Massacre. Oh, boy. If I saw that in real life, everyone knows what the Snuggie is. I feel like this is one of those products from infomercials that really made it widespread. I don't know, how long ago was that? Maybe you're too young. Are you too young to know what the Snuggie is? The Snuggie is, it's a pretty legit thing. It's like, you always have that problem. If you're sitting down, how do you get the blanket to cover you? You have to tuck in the blanket over your shoulders. So the Snuggie really addressed a real problem. Why don't you just wear the blanket and then you don't have to worry about getting it tucked over the shoulders and that whole thing. Except if I was camping and I saw the people next to me doing that, I think I'd leave. I'd be afraid that it was a cult that was going to, I don't know, somehow try to convince me to join their Snuggie cult. And I'm like, no, I'm worried I'm going to fall into it. I'm really worried, and I just have to not get into a situation where I have to risk that. He'd been dead for 2 hours, but Two Broke Girls was having a marathon. It's a nut. Is it a Snuggie copy? The Forever Lazy. Dude, it's a Snuggie ripoff back to back. This one looks like more clothing, though. And he's got the black one. We have the pink and the blue, but now we've got to add the black one to signify the blackness of being unconscious because you fell asleep while trying to stay awake during your kid's favorite show marathon. You did your best to do the bonding time, and then it just, yeah, it's understandable. You tried. You didn't get your nap earlier on in the day. I still don't I'm still not in the nap thing. Like, my dad would love to take naps. My mom would never take naps. My dad would take naps, and I'm like, how are you just going to bed in the middle of the day? And I still don't get it. I'm not a napper. If it is daytime out and I go into my bed and sleep, I feel like I'm being so counterproductive, and then I'd be tired after. Napping's not for me. That was a bit of a tangent, though. Suddenly, without warning, the sight of smeared ink turned Kevin on. Dude kind of looks a little bit like, he looks a little bit like Markiplier on it, almost. People are going to be, nah, you're off base. I don't know. I see a little bit of resemblance there. Maybe. I might be totally off base with that, and I apologize if I am. But, because I'm the same way, where when people tweet me, oh, I found your doppelganger. Oh, you look like so-and-so. I'm like, I look absolutely nothing at all like the person you have just sent me a link to. Nothing at all. They have brown hair. They have some facial hair. That's requires more, a little bit more in the way of similarities than just the hair color. Anyway, looks around. He's like, I do love it when I get ink smeared all over my shirt. It's just a beautiful sight to behold on top of the white stripes. We get a little bit of contrast in there. Oh, I love contrast. I've always wanted to be an artist. Instead, I was stuck here copying textbook pages onto other pages. Didn't we invent copy machines for this? God, I wanted to put my penmanship skills to a much better use than this, but just the sight of the contrast on my sleeve. I hope no one's watching me. I hope no one sees my reaction. It's so nice. Tom finally decided he was going to end his obsession with having sex with random objects filled with water. Okay, then. Sploosh. Oh, okay. It's supposed to patch up. You know what? If this thing actually works, that's kind of cool, because I will tell you, when I had water coming through the seam under my window when it was raining last year, it was really hard to get tape to stick to get the plastic bags to cover it to seal it up. And this, like, I'm impressed if it works with water coming out of a thing like that to stick and stop. It's an impressive feat of engineering. So with my firsthand experience, you know what? I'm more impressed than I am laughing at just the absurdity of the embellishment of this thing. But you know what? When it comes to infomercials, you gotta make it memorable. Just gotta patch up those holes, man. They're apparently too tempting to whatever his name is. Tom. Holes were too tempting. Jesus Christ. All right, in the top, where did the soda go post of all time? Steve always knew his daughter was colorblind. He never knew he could catch it from her. What is this? Did you just attempt to... Okay, excuse me, sir. Your daughter was midway through coloring that image. Why did you just decide all of a sudden, you know what I need to do? I need to go pick up my daughter. She's right in the middle of something. I need to go pick her up right now. No particular reason. I'm just going to pick and then throw her down once I catch her color blindness. Did you know that that is the natural physiological response that takes place when you catch color blindness from touching your colorblind child? It's a bit of a twinge in your lower back, and then it works its way up into your brain and your retinas, and then all of a sudden you're seeing in black and white. You just need to be very careful. Make sure to get your children tested for color blindness early on in order to avoid this terrible fate that has befallen, I forgot his name, but that's not important. The moral of the story is what's important here. And she's laughing. She's laughing. She's looking up at her dad like, haha, you just got my color blindness, sucker. That was my plan all along. She's trying to lure him in because he doesn't think she's colorblind because she's playing with crayons and markers. So how could she be? She must be able to see color. And then what do you know? It's all over for him. It's all over. I really do want to know what this was for, though. Like, is this a device that's supposed to make you not hurt your back as much when you pick up your children? I guess that's useful for some people. Poor guy needs to work on his deadlifting form. He had that hinge, but he was arching his back. You see, there's a little bit of a back arch there. Those 40, 50-pound deadlifts, they can be real rough. That they can. Well, anyway, that was Where Did the Soda Go? I hope you've enjoyed the absurdity of infomercials and the way they try to sell you things. I don't know if they do it anymore. I guess they must still exist, though. Anywho, that's all. Make sure to like if you like. Check the playlist in the description if you want to catch more Reddit. And subscribe if you're not already. And that vlog and music on Marin Music, all linked in stuff and things. I'll see you next time.